today on EA Sports. It's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Chark. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. And he's got his tight end. That's Dre. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the side.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Oweh. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true to you, because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Lawrence on first down. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Lawrence on third down. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Jaguars getting set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing after the interception. Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Pulled in at the 24. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Titan football. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Derrick Henry fights him off, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A give to Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead. On first down, Lawrence complete to Jones. 7 yards, the pickup there. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal. Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100 here. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Jones has it. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On play action, Lawrence. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Oweh.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Terry McLaurin, 73 yards. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they'll have a decent amount of time, 55 seconds to work with to try to at least get down into field goal range. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Jones. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence, he's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And he's going to go down again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Hines now on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So it's on to halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On play action, Fields. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars will take over possession here up at the 44. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Lawrence will throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
They got his man complete. Touchdown, Titans. Terry McLaurin, an 80-yard touchdown. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Henry again on 2nd down. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
A first down carry for Henry. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a handoff to Henry. Runs over him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Titans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he finds Gronk. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Now Lawrence. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Lawrence to throw. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move them.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract. Now, that was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Lawrence going to throw again. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, well, we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made... And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
McPherson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On the slant, this is Chark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Titans are moving on as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.
Jones Shorty.
Today, it's the National Football League. It's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They go play action. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's got this down to the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 26 yards. And the Browns are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Henry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 4 yards remain for second down. Here's Hines. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On second down now, it's Henry, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Seven, our score after 1. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And Oliver in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. This is Henry. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Henry. And this is going to be a Titans 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 63 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And the Titans getting set to go. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. Powers through him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 89 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. This is Hines. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Henry, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, as the first half is winding down. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we are halfway home to fit. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 148 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys to the Super Bowl.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Calling a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. They run with Hines. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. good, solid yardage, he'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On 1st down, Hines. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Titans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
A nice run there on 1st down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry, 30 yards. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. McPherson on for the extra point. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll increase their lead to 28. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield fighting to stay upright. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And Oliver picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Mayfield on first down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. And again, it's Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to pop. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for the Titans.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs, and that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.